I'm just saying, this movie was so good that it was anything but a nightmare. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a movie I'm a little late to discuss, Nightmare Alley. Before we begin, let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this movie were, if you already saw it, or if you were planning on seeing it, and make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like these reviews, as it helps me out immensely by getting my content out there. And if you're new here, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with more movie-related content on a near daily basis. But let's not waste any more time, and let's talk about Nightmare Alley. This stars Bradley Cooper as Stan, an ambitious carny with a talent for manipulating people with a few well-chosen words, who hooks up with a female psychiatrist played by Cate Blanchett, who is even more dangerous than he is. This is written and directed by Guillermo Del Toro, and it's the second adaptation of the 1946 novel of the same name after the highly regarded 1947 film starring Tyrone Power, which I've still yet to see. Taking place in 1939, the film really immerses you in this world and does a great job of making you feel like you're transported back to this time period. That's something that I gotta commend Del Toro for being really solid at, as this was similar to his last couple of films, Crimson Peak and The Shape of Water. Even though this is a 2021 movie with modern production values, he does a great job of still giving it an aesthetic that makes it feel a bit like the sort of movies of that era. Like, it goes beyond just some nice costume designs, which were very good here. He stopped short of doing something along the lines of what David Fincher did in Mank, where he had the actors actually deliver the lines almost in the exact way you'd hear actors speak in the 30s and 40s. But this is the sort of film where, even though I knew I was watching contemporary actors like Bradley Cooper and Cate Blanchett, and there were some darker elements more explicitly shown that you couldn't have really seen in the 1940s due to the production code, I still felt otherwise that I was watching something that could have easily been made in the 40s, if that makes sense. Like, it's fitting this did get a special release in theaters where it played in black and white as well, truly evoking the feel of a film noir. I actually haven't seen that version of the film yet, but I can only imagine how great it looked. And as a fan of classic cinema, with some of my favorite movies being from this time period, I really appreciated even just the standard look of this film. And even beyond an aesthetic point of view, this is still an engrossing film. Between Del Toro's slick direction, as well as the performances, this was a mesmerizing experience. I wouldn't say this is filled with a lot of the most likable characters here, like most of them can be pretty manipulative and everyone's shown to engage in some really questionable behavior right from the start. Like, right off the bat, you see Stan burning his house down and getting rid of a dead body, so you know this isn't going to be the most sympathetic guy out there. And you even have side characters like Willem Dafoe as a carnival owner who will exploit others as a way of getting people to watch his carnival. And there aren't really many people here who are really easy to root for, outside of Rooney Mara as Stan's love interest Molly, and even then we only learn so much about her. But everyone does such a great job at getting you invested in these characters' next moves and seeing where the story takes them, even if you don't particularly like them. Bradley Cooper gives an incredible performance. I've never been like a die-hard Bradley Cooper fan, not that I've ever disliked him or anything, but between this and his small appearance in Licorice Pizza, I forget just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. I thought this was one of his finest performances in some time, and Cate Blanchett was also excellent as someone who matches Stan's energy and manipulation beat by beat, clearly more off the rails than he is, without ever going over the top or anything. But I thought she did a great job as well. I also thought Willem Dafoe was once again reliably larger than life, while everyone else here was really solid, from Ron Perlman to Toni Collette, Richard Jenkins, to the aforementioned Rooney Mara. Not everyone gets quite a lot to do, some are only a big part of one act of the film, but whenever they're on screen, they are great. And I found this to be a really engaging watch of these seedy, backstabbing people just dig themselves deeper into these holes. Only thing I'll say is, it can definitely feel a little too long in some areas. It's a 2.5-hour runtime, and I think it bites off a little more than it can chew. I think just before it hits the third act, it does slow things down just a touch. Maybe it could have done with cutting out like 10-15 minutes worth of material, but that's not how I describe the experience as a whole. And especially once it actually gets to that third act, and as all these horrible actions of some of these characters snowball to the point of no return, it kicks things into high gear and goes back to being a really engaging watch and ends on a satisfying note. Nightmare Alley is another win for Guillermo del Toro. It might not necessarily be his absolute best work, as it goes on a bit too long in the middle, but it goes to show how great he is at capturing such dark, seedy atmospheres, and he does so in a way where you feel completely transported to a different time and you feel immersed in this world. It might not feature some of the most sympathetic characters out there, but the performances by Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, and the rest of the cast hook you in and make this something you don't want to miss. Nightmare Alley gets an 8 out of 10. So let me know, did you see Nightmare Alley, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Is this one of your favorite Guillermo Del Toro movies? Is this one of your new favorite Bradley Cooper movies? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and keep having fun with film.